everyone, welcome back to the channel. Haystack here. On this video, we'll be backpacking in the Pemi Loop Wilderness in New Hampshire, taking 6 4,000 footers along the Franconia Ridge Trail in what I'm calling the Semi-Pemi. Arrived in New Hampshire on Friday night and stayed at the Notch Hostel before going over to the Lincoln Woods Center and starting the trail on Saturday morning. It was really packed. We had to park like a mile down the road, but soon enough, we were on our way and starting off the Lincoln Woods Trail Center. After crossing the east branch of the river, we start out on the ever so flat Lincoln Woods Trail for about 1.5 miles. Taking a left on to the Osseo Trail, and we're going to follow this for about 4 miles till we get to Franconia Ridge and Mount Flume. We're going up the Liberty Springs Trail. Rocky, rooty, and quite strenuous. It's been a while since I've been up here. I haven't really done plenty of elevation, but not in this short of mileage. So it's quite the adventure. Definitely getting warmed up now to slog up the Osseo Trail. After having a nice flat walk on the Lincoln Woods Trail for a few miles, it's definitely more challenging being on this trail, but the views that are going to be starting on Flume are going to be well worth the climb. There's a nice series of ladders that go up on this trail. It's definitely better than walking on a washed out trail or up the side of a hill. So grateful for the stairs, but it's like doing 1,000 step-ups with 25 pounds on your back. Point 1 to Mount Flume. Long slog up the Liberty Springs Trail. We're at the intersection. It's just about 0.1 mile to the top for Mount Flume. Whew. Made it to the top of Flume. Great hiking along the way. We've covered about 5.5 miles, a little over 3,000 feet of elevation gain from the car. Super day to be out on the trail. The weather is gorgeous, which makes for some really lovely views of the White Mountains. And that's what we have to go back up. That flat spot was, that flat walking was very nice while it lasted. But up we go to Liberty Mountain. How hard could it be? Okay, end of day 1. The Liberty Springs campsite in the tent. It's about 8 o'clock. This place is packed. There's a group of 30 college students and just a holiday weekend, so it's really busy. But we had a great night, met some great people, and scored a tent platform, which is good. And I'm just gonna call it a night. Gonna hit the trail at 7:30 tomorrow and head up Little Haystack, Lincoln, and Lafayette, and make it to the Garfield Ridge campsite. All right, night everyone. Up and away. All right, started day 2, climbing up out of Liberty Springs campsite. Another rocky adventure. Good way to wake up in the morning. Get the heart rate going. All right, we got more climbing to do. We're down the Franconia Brook Trail, 3.5 miles to Mount Lafayette. It'll be a challenging day, but one with a lot of great views. Oh, I'm enjoying this stretch of trail right here. It's been nice following this fairly mellow stretch of trail before we get over to our first peak of the day, which is Little Haystack. A little cloudy out, but let's see what the views show. It's been nice walking along the ridge, but it's been pretty socked in with clouds. Little Haystack, still a nice view. I'm hoping that some of this cloud cover will burn off, but it's not looking like that's happening. Looks pretty clear in the valley, but up here at 5,000 feet approaching Mount Lincoln, not so much. But I have to say, even with all the cloud cover, there's a certain type of beauty being up on Franconia Ridge, walking on top of these mountains, that is just epic. The wind is picking up, the temperature has dropped, I had to layer up, and it's definitely getting more cloudy as we're heading towards Lafayette. Hopefully the rain holds out. There's been a few intermittent drizzles, but I think we're gonna make it. You're almost there. No, you're really almost there.
2 tenths.
Starting the descent off of Lafayette. It's looking a little clearer ahead. And just like that, the weather has started to clear coming off of Lafayette. Getting super sunny out, and the wind is starting to die down a little bit. Gonna be a bit of a hike further to our final destination, which is Garfield campsite. Another 3.5 miles or so. Just dropped about 2,000 feet off of Lafayette. A knee crunching descent. Just boulders and rocks and butt sliding. It was great. And it's about 2.5 miles. About 2.5 miles to the Garfield campsite. Big climbs until last mile before start going up Garfield. Last peak of the day, Garfield, 4,467 feet. Making our way down the trail about another half a mile to Garfield Ridge. Made pretty good time to the Garfield Ridge campsite. It's about 3:30. I picked up water on the way to the campsite, so I didn't have to run back down the hill. Just getting a little broth going before dinner. I'm gonna put my bear bag in the bear boxes over by the shelter. All in all, about a 7.5 mile day, 2,800 feet of elevation gain, and about 2,700 feet of descent as well. So quite a demanding day, and looking forward to getting to bed early. Well, it's day 3 of the trip. Heading out of camp around 8 a.m. And I'm going to be heading down a very steep, rocky head wall coming off of the Garfield. It's a trail, but it's also got a river running down it, and it's very challenging. Good news is that this is the hardest part of the day. After we take a right onto the Franconia Brook Trail, we'll be flattening out and really cruising on some nice, even trail. But for now, it's rock scrambling and butt sliding. Franconia Brook Trail is kind of like the super highway after we dropped off of the Garfield and down to the 13 Falls campsite. We've been cruising right along on this trail and making good time and mileage. Easy breezy on the feet and just enjoying the great woods walk. Terrific day to be out on the trail. Thanks for joining, everyone. That's going to do it for this trip, the Pemi. 3 days, 2 nights, 25 miles, over 7,000 feet of elevation gain in the White Mountains. Thanks for joining. As always, if you're enjoying the content, consider subscribing, and don't forget to smash the like button. It helps the channel grow. See you on the next one.